Now let's bring in our Melissa Nakhavoly, who's following the impact of the crackdown on international students. And Melissa, this is having a domino effect on enrollment in post-secondary schools.
Yeah, that's right, Cynthia. It's really impacting them and recruitment as well. And they've been saying that these restrictions are really having a rippling effect for these post-secondary institutions, especially here in Toronto. They say they've already seen lower enrollment and fear that the new and proposed policies risk further disrupting the recruitment, which they say can mean programs may shut down. Last month, Immigration Minister Mark Miller announced the federal government would further lower intake of international students by 10%, while also tightening eligibility for the postgraduate work permit programs, meaning some 300,000 fewer permits would be issued over the next few years.
We do know that the decision in September around the postgraduate work permit and changing eligibility to match to essentially apply to only those who are in fields of national labor market need has really put at risk a significant number of international student enrollments in the system.
Colleges and Institutions Canada says its members have already seen a 54% decline in study permit applications so far, adding that currently 70% of students are enrolled in programs that would no longer be work permit eligible, putting at risk about $2 billion of tuition.
The reduction in students, especially in programs that are locally oriented in their need. So the specialty programs from every region, that could be a forestry program in rural Quebec, that could be an animation program in Southern Ontario, that aren't national labor market needs, but now aren't captured in the system, means that we're not going to have the students in those programs to run cohorts.
In Toronto, York University says they cannot confirm the final fall enrollment numbers as of yet, but in a statement, a spokesperson says, "I can confirm that York, like most Ontario and Canadian universities, have seen a reduction in international student enrollment for the term that started in September." Officials with the University of Toronto say they typically see approximately 17,500 first-year undergraduate students and approximately 100,000 students overall. They say initial projections indicate there are approximately 600 fewer new incoming international students enrolled than were expected, with numbers still needing to be finalized. In a statement, the university says, "We remain concerned that new and proposed policies risk further disrupting the recruitment of international applicants to the University of Toronto and limiting Canada's ability to attract students from around the world."
The honest point is that there will be significant losses of tuition revenue, and that means fewer student services being able to be offered, program closures and campus closures.
Colleges and Institutions Canada says they would like to see the federal government take a regional approach and work with the province along with institutions to help match the needs of specific regions when dealing with students' immigration, Cynthia.
Now, you've actually been tracking this for days. What else have you learned?
Yeah, so I did reach out to a number of the colleges as well as the universities. The colleges are, I'm still waiting for them to get back to me with some of their enrollment numbers. However, I did hear back from George Brown, and they say that their numbers are steady at the moment. So a little different from what the universities have been saying, but of course we'll have more on this story at 11 o'clock as well.
Okay, Melissa, thank you.
You're very welcome.